Hi, good morning to all. I am GN Reddy, Chemistry faculty. Today I am going to discuss solution and colligative property physical chemistry topic. Okay, in this topic we are going to deal, these are the main subtopics: solutions and different type of solutions. Next, concentration methods, all type of concentration methods. Next, solubility of solid in liquid and gas in liquid and corresponding factors. Next, what is vapor pressure, boiling point and freezing point. Next, what vapor pressure of a liquid in liquid solution. In this, both solute and solvent, both are the liquids. In this, how to find out vapor pressure. Especially in this model, we are going to study both ideal and non-ideal solutions. For non-ideal solutions, we are going to study azeotropes also. Next, colligative properties, these are studied for a non-volatile solid in liquid type solutions. So in this, we are going to study vapor pressure of solid in liquid solutions. There, we are going to study lowering in vapor pressure and relative lowering in vapor pressure. Another colligative property is elevation in boiling point, depression in freezing point and osmotic pressure. So we are going to study 4 colligative properties: relative lowering in vapor pressure, elevation in boiling point, depression in freezing point and osmotic pressure. For those colligative properties, we are going to study finally abnormal behavior of the solute in the given liquid solution. So these are the main contents of this solution and colligative properties. Okay, in this I am going to explain one by one. See, okay, what is a solution? What is solution? Here solution is a homogeneous mixture. This is a homogeneous mixture of 2 or more than 2 components. 2 or more than 2 components and whose composition vary within certain limits also. Composition must be vary within certain limits. So it is a homogeneous mixture of 2 or more than 2 components and whose composition vary within certain limits. What is homogeneous mixture? Homogeneous mixture is homogeneous mixture means it is one phase system. One phase system, that is it is a homogeneous portion which has identical physical and chemical properties throughout it and which is physically distinguishable and mechanically separable from other portions. That is called phase. One phase system is called homogeneous system and 2 or more than 2 phase system is called heterogeneous system. So if you want to study our true solution, it must be homogeneous mixture. There are only one phase system. It is one phase system that may contain either 2 components or 3 components. In this, if 2 components present, that is called a binary solution. That is called a binary solution. If 3 components present, that 3 component solution is nothing but a ternary solution. Ternary solution. Anyway, whether it is binary or ternary solution, there must be only one phase. That is called homogeneous mixture. And that composition must be vary within certain limits. Composition vary within certain limits means in binary solution 2 components there, those 2 components are solute and solvent. Solute and solvent. In ternary solution 3 components there. In this topic we are going to deal majorly binary solutions. There is a solute and solvent. What is the composition? Here solute content and solvent content. That is the composition of a given solution. The composition of solution must be vary within certain limits. Means If you look at when 5 grams of NaCl dissolved in 100 cc water, 100 cc water, in this it is present in smaller quantities. Solute is a chemical species which is present in smaller quantities in the binary solution. So which is present in smaller quantities in binary solution, whereas solvent is present in larger quantities in binary solution. In this example, NaCl is solute, whereas H2 water is a solvent. So what is a solution? It is a homogeneous mixture of 2 or more than 2 components whose composition vary within certain limits. 5 grams NaCl in 100 cc solution, 100 cc water makes the solution. Whereas if you take this 100 grams NaCl, 100 grams NaCl in 5 cc water doesn't form water. It doesn't form water. This composition is considerable composition to make the true solution, whereas this composition is not considerable composition to make the true solution. Therefore, to make the true solution, the composition of those components must be vary within certain limits. So this is the true solution. Okay, see the types of the solutions. Types of the solutions. Here, with respect to physical state, of solute and solvent is one classification. With respect to nature of solvent, with respect to nature of the solvent, with respect to concentrations, with respect to particle size, that is solute particle size, these are the various type of solutions. In with respect to physical state of solute and solvent, based on the nature of the solute and solvent, majorly solutions are classified into 3 types. Further, those are classified into overall 9 types. This is solute and this is solvent. Here, solute may be solid, liquid, gas, but solvent is solid. Similarly, if the solvent is liquid, again solute may be solid, liquid, gas. If it is liquid, solid, liquid, gas. If it is gas, again the solute is liquid, solid, liquid, and gas. These models, solid, liquid, gas in solid, solvent, makes the solid solutions. If the solvent is solid, those are called solid solutions. If solvent is liquid, these are called liquid solutions. If the solvent is gas, these are called gaseous solutions. Based on the solvent nature, so here we are having 3 type of major solutions: solid solutions, liquid solutions, and gaseous solutions. But solute may be again solid, liquid, gas, solid in solid, liquid in solid, gas in solid solutions. Similarly, solid in liquid, liquid in liquid, gas in liquid solutions. Next, solid in gas, liquid in gas, and gas in gas solutions. With respect to physical state of both solute and solvent, the total type of solutions are 9 types. But major classification is with respect to solvent, those are only three types. If the solvent is solid, those are called solid solutions. If the solvent is liquid, those are called liquid solutions. If the solvent is gas, those are called gaseous solutions. Next, with respect to nature of the solvent, if the nature of the solvent is water, those are called aqueous solutions. Those are called aqueous solutions. If it is other than water, those are called non-aqueous solutions. Non-aqueous solutions. If it is alcohol, those are called alcoholic solutions. Alcoholic solutions. Like this, based on the nature of the solvent, we are having aqueous solutions, non-aqueous solutions, alcoholic solutions, benzoic solutions, etc. Next, with respect to concentrations, these are the dilute solutions, concentrated solutions, and standard solutions. Standard solutions. Dilute solutions where there is a less solute comparatively solvent present in the solution. Concentrated solutions means comparable solute with respect to solvent present in the solutions. So in this model, the number of moles of solute far less than number of moles of solvent. Such solutions are called dilute solutions. Suppose if number of moles of solute is considerable with respect to number of moles of solvent, those are called concentrated solutions. And standard solution is a known concentrated solution. Known concentrated solution is nothing but a standard solution. Standard solutions are prepared in the volumetric flask or standard flask. Next, with respect to solute particle size, these are classified into true solutions, colloidal solutions, and suspended solutions, suspension solutions. True solution particle size is less than 1 nanometer. So the size of the solute particle is less than 1 nanometer. And in colloidal solution, the size of the solute particle is in between 1 to 1000 nanometer. Suppose if the solute particle size is more than 1000 nanometer, then those solutions are the suspended size particle solutions. These are the different type of solution. With respect to physical state of solute and solvent, the total solutions are classified into 9 types. With respect to nature of solvent, aqueous, non-aqueous, alcohol, and etc. solutions. With respect to concentration, there is a dilute solution, concentrated solution, and standard solution. Next, with respect to solute particle size, true solutions, colloidal solutions, and suspended solutions. Okay, for every solution, there is a definite concentration. How to express concentration of the solution? Concentration of the solution represents how much solute present in the given volume of the solution. It is simply expressed by using this expression. Concentration is equal to the weight of the solute in grams present in a given volume of the solution in liters. This is a general concentration method, concentration expression. But not only this, to express how much solute present in the solvent in a given solution, there are many concentration methods. What are these concentration methods? Percentage method, strength, molarity, normality, molality, mole fraction, ppm, and ppb. These are the different concentration methods. Now I am going to explain individually each and every concentration method. Next, percentage method. Percentage method is per 100. Percentage means it is per 100. Okay, these percentage methods are three types. These are the three types: percentage weight by volume, percentage weight by weight, and percentage volume by volume. This is also known as percentage mass by volume. This is a percentage by weight only. That is percentage by volume only. Percentage means per 100. In these all concentration methods, I am going to use this terminology. One is used for solvent. One denotation is used for solvent. Two denotation is used for solute. And no denotation is used for a solution. I am going to use these denotations for a solute, solvent and solution. See this example, W1. W1 is the weight of the solvent. W2 is the weight of the solution. And W is weight of the, W2 is the weight of the solute. And W is the weight of the solution. This weight of the solution is W1 plus W2. So like this I am using this 1 for solvent, 2 for solute and no denotation for solution. See one more example. Suppose I given density D in gram per cc. Here no denotation there. It is a density of the solution. Density of the solution. Suppose if I given V in liter, this is volume of the solution in liters. So like these denotations will be used in these concentration methods. Okay, anyway, I started percentage method. Percentage is per 100. These are the three methods: percentage weight by volume, percentage weight by weight, and percentage volume by volume. Okay, in this percentage method, in every expression, numerator there, denominator there. Numerator represents solute, denominator represents solution. Based on this, we can understand these definitions. See this one, percentage weight by volume. It is amount of solute in grams. Amount of solute in grams present in denominator is volume. This is percentage means per 100. It is in 100 cc of solution. It is 100 cc of the solution. The amount of the solute in grams in 100 cc of solution is a percentage weight by volume. Mathematically, how do you express this percentage weight by volume? Percentage weight by volume is equal to weight of the solute W2 in grams by volume of the solution V in cc into 100. By this we can express percentage weight by volume. What about these units? These are the gram per 100 cc. So like this we can express percentage weight by volume. It is amount of solute in grams present in 100 cc of the solution. Mathematically this is the expression and these are the units. Similarly, if you go to the second one, percentage weight by weight. This percentage weight by weight is as per definition, what is this? It is amount of solute present in 100 grams of the solution. It is amount of the solute present in 100 grams of the solution. Similarly, what is this percentage weight by weight? W2 in grams by, this is weight of the solution W in grams into 100. And what about units? This is weight, this is weight. It is a weight ratio. There are no units. But if you want to express, it is like a gram per 100 grams, but no units because it is weight ratio. So this is percentage weight by weight. Next, percentage volume by volume. So third one is a percentage volume by volume. Third one is a percentage volume by volume. So this is used for liquid in liquid solutions familiarly because it is volume term, solute volume term. And this is also volume term. It is used in liquid in liquid solutions. Liquid in liquid solutions. What is this? It is volume of solute in cc. Volume of solute in cc present in 100 cc of the solution. 100 cc of the solution. It is a volume of solute in cc present in 100 cc of the solution. Mathematically, this percentage volume by volume is equal to V2 in cc by capital V in cc into 100. Here also it is a volume ratio and units, no units. Okay, these are the different percentage methods. Especially these are used to express how much quantity or volume of solute present only in 100 cc or 100 grams. Okay, see the next concentration method, strength. Strength, it is amount of solute present in 1 liter of the solution. It is amount of the solute present in 1 liter of the solution. 1 liter of the solution. Mathematically, how do you express this? Strength is W2 in grams, weight of the solute in grams present in volume of the solution in liter, that is V in liters. Okay, or also it is expressed like W2 in grams by convert volume in cc into 1000. Now based on this we can take the relation between percentage weight by volume and strength. So if you take this strength expression, what is this strength? It is amount of the solute present in 1 liter of the solution. So W2 in grams by volume of the solution cc into 1000. But we know this W2 in grams by VCC into 100 is percentage weight by volume into 10 times. Therefore, 10 times of percentage weight by volume is strength. So this is the relation between strength and percentage weight by volume. And the next concentration method is molarity. Next concentration method is molarity. It is denoted by capital M. This capital M is number of moles of gram moles of solute present in 1 liter of the solution. Number of gram moles of the solute, present in 1 liter of the solution. This is 1 liter of the solution. How mathematically this molarity is expressed? Molarity is equal to number of moles of solute N2 by volume of the solution in liters. But this is also expressed in different format in terms of moles and volume, or this is number of moles of solute by, if you convert volume of solution in cc into 10 cube, or if you convert volume in cubic meter, number of moles of solute by volume in cubic meter into 10 power minus 3. But we know number of moles is equal to weight by gram molecular weight of the solute. This is also written as W2 in grams by gram molecular weight of the solute into 1 by V in liters. This is also written as W2 in grams by gram molecular weight of the solute into, convert this volume in cc, then 10 cube by volume in cc, or convert this volume in cubic meter. This is W2 in grams by gram molecular weight of the solute into 10 power minus 3 by volume in cubic meter. It is the number of gram moles of the solute present in 1 liter of the solution. Mathematically this is the expression, but we can express the same one in different formats. These are in terms of moles and volume, but you know moles is equal to weight by gram molecular weight of the solute. So these expressions are in terms of both weight and volume terms. What about these units of the molarity? Units of the molarity is, as per definition, these are the number of gram moles of solute per 1 liter. Therefore, this is mole liter inverse, mole per liter. So this is also written as mole dm triple inverse, because 1 liter is equal to 1